Oh,
I
fine.
gotta get my stupid headphones on. Okay, there we go.
Let me make sure.
Everything's a crisis.
Oh, I can't hear it. Can you hear it?
Nope.
Like, jiggle the thing in the computer.
Jiggle the thing.
Technical difficulties. Well, of course. Ah, there we go. Yeah, do you hear it?
Yeah, now I can hear it. Jiggle the thing.
Jiggle the thing. That is the IT solution for the century.
It is. Turn it off and on again. Jiggle the thing.
Ah!
Oh, it's gone.
Jiggle it gently.
Was that just turned off?
I don't know. I didn't like that it turned off, but we didn't really move.
Nope.
We will see.
We'll see how the morning goes.
This is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna lean back.
Lean.
Pull my microphone up here a little. There we go.
He's just sleeping.
Dog's asleep. We are ready.
Mostly.
We are
see.
ready.
We'll see.
I'm gonna eat one more of these mangoes things. They're really freaking good.
They're really, really good. For no reason. No.
Shoot. It's because it's all tangled. Gotta do it again. Sorry. Our audio is a little finicky.
Did that work?
We did it. All right.
Did I unplug the Xbox now? Oh, no, it's on. Okay.
No, we're good.
The light was off for a second.
Just took a moment.
Hello.
Welcome back to Ace Attorney.
Welcome. Much earlier than normal.
Much earlier than normal for us.
Yes.
We're a little sleepy.
We pretty much just woke up. Oh, no.
Oh no, the audio. Gosh damn it. What's happening? Oh,
Turning it.
jiggle it again.
I turned it instead of jiggling it.
Do it again.
Did it not work? Okay.
No. Yeah, it's early in the morning. Not early in the morning for us. It's like 10:30. But
I mean, we've been
do
up
it again.
for a minute.
This is so dumb. Okay, stop. No, do it again. Just do it like gentle, like one little twist or movement. Keep going. 1, 2. No! What's happening?
Do I need to hold it?
Next. Okay. Okay, let it go. No! I know that people at home cannot hear any of this.
Nope.
Please.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, don't move. No one move.
Okay.
Damn it, that was my phone.
I'll grab it.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay. We don't move from this spot. Thank you for my telephone.
And I'll move the microphone to be closer instead of moving my chair.
Yeah, don't move your chair anymore. We don't move.
There.
What were you saying?
Closer. Oh, it's earlier than normal.
Oh yeah, we're earlier than normal for us. And
We've been up for a minute, but not up, like awake.
I feel like I got hit by a truck.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I woke up
We
that
didn't
way.
do that much yesterday.
We didn't do that much, but we also were kind of going, and then we were up really late playing games.
That's true. We were up really late playing games.
And then we woke up and we'd been hit by a truck.
Here we are.
Here we are.
I like woke up and I was just like, did I fall off of something yesterday? Like, why do I hurt everywhere?
Mine was like, my head feels like it's full of cotton.
Yeah, like weird.
Yeah.
We're just old.
We're just
We're old and shouldn't stay up past midnight.
Well, we stopped playing at midnight.
No, that's past midnight to go to bed.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, I was stressed out about some stuff, just like the world. People know.
The world.
Stressed a little bit, and so I was up a little bit later, like watching videos, just to try to like
to calm down.
calm it down, get rid of
I had
it.
to calm down because that scissor creature was terrifying.
Oh man, people should go watch the Lethal Company playthroughs that we do because they are stressful.
We are chaotic. in
Scissor
this.
Man dreams.
Oh gosh, you got to see him, right?
Yeah, I could see. I was dead, so I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
watching you guys.
Because I was like, he was chasing me.
So scary.
Ugh. Not fun.
I can't believe Faith survived that. Anyway, here we go. We're playing this game.
Playing a different game now. One that we won't be chased by a murderer, hopefully.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
It could
be.
happen. Oh,
Oh, yes.
pins.
The pins.
December 20th. 10:15.
Wow, we're almost gonna be at the same time.
Ooh,
If
maybe.
we get a recess, we might be at the same time.
That'd be awesome. Court is now in session. All right. Where's the
Rise.
judge?
Wait, they're all wondering the same thing. Is he hiding?
I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Sullivan Starbuck or something?
Yeah, he's probably scared.
Phoenix! Do you want to be Phoenix or do you want to be Girlface?
I will be Phoenix for a second.
Okay.
And we'll see
What?
if it turns over to Athena.
I feel like maybe I should be Phoenix just because you're
Black Quill.
Black Quill and it's a lot of back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, you can be Phoenix this time.
We'll switch it up if we need
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want you just talking to
that's la,
yourself
la, 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 the whole time.
the whole time.
The whole time.
Your Honor, could you please come out from under your bench? There are no more bombs, I promise. Shut up.
I'm not scared.
Oh, my apologies. I'm still a little jumpy when it comes to trials involving bombs. Yeah, that's fair. He
Yeah.
was died.
That is fair. He's like, everyone get out now!
I mean, first the courtroom exploded. And then Mr. Tenate self-destructed.
I forgot he self-destructed.
Yeah. Everybody was like...
I forgot about that. That
It
was so
wasn't
fast.
super, like, yeah.
no.
Guess that's one way of describing what happened to Tenate. Anyway, it seems that Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tenate's actions. So you, Mr. Wright, will be taking up the defense.
Defense?
Defense? Do you have any understanding of what has happened in the trial so far?
No, not even a little.
Your Honor, I don't know what's going on at all.
I'm just here.
I'm here, I'm scared. Yes, Your Honor, the defense is ready. Very well. Is the prosecution also ready? No.
Not even a little.
Ooh, he flicked his hair. I take it you'd like me to give the opening statement this time? That could be you.
Yeah, looks like the judge has become a pretty good mind reader.
Well, he's certainly seen more of his fair share of colorful prosecutors.
Yes, he has.
You could say he's something of a veteran of sorts.
Poor judge. He's like, I guess I'll give the opening statement.
Let's see. In previous part of the trial, we learned that the victim, Clay Turan, escaped from Launchpad 1 carrying the defendant, Solomon Starbuck. There were explosions on the second floor of the Space Center and on the rocket itself. The two astronauts used the Launchpad 1 corridor to reach the boarding lounge.
And
How could the victim climb down the ladder if he was carrying the defendant? Well, but that was the mystery to be solved. Excuse me. I have it's like a hiccup that's stuck. But
Sugar
Mr.
hiccup.
Justice proved that the victim was killed in the boarding lounge. Prosecutor Blackwell, were you able to discover any new facts related to this point? In this point?
upon further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. We also did.
Yeah, we found it first, loser.
Surprisingly, it would appear that Justice Stoner's argument was correct. So that means that the testimonies of the first two people on the scene are suspect.
Suspect. There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements?
Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right?
Candace arm punch you in
Arm?
the face?
Candace Arm Punch.
Candace arm? You know?
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police? Yes.
Yes, it's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging. Just as our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm, the courtroom bombing incident occurred, and the trial was put on hold.
That accursed fellow. He killed my witness. He killed Detective Arm.
He's so mad.
Angry. He definitely put the
Kibosh.
kibosh on anyone. I was like, I almost read it kebab.
Kebab. He definitely put him on a kebab and ate him, slow roasted.
Skewered him.
Skewered him.
On anyone asking her about what she saw. Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge.
Hi, Lucky Phil. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Has once again become the main focus of this trial.
We're doing really good with talking, though. Amazingly
So far.
enough.
So far.
Now we're going to be terrible. Now that I've said
jinxed
it. I'm
just
sorry.
like everything
Oh my
night.
gosh. Last night. This is
Like
so,
three
like,
times in a row.
you can watch the stream, but last night, literally, I was like, oh man, I hope that mines aren't here. And then the mine showed up, and I was like, oh man, I hate the mines. It'd be crazy if it happened twice, and then it happened again, and then I was like, oh, please don't be the mines again.
And then it was
the mines
it was
again.
the worst.
It was so upsetting.
So bad.
But then I called the mansion. I was like, oh man, I hope the mansion's here. Like, I love the
You
mansion.
just
And
need
then
to
it
speak
popped up.
it into existence.
Apparently, that was crazy. It's obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said, damn it,
Yep, you jinxed it.
that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut. Nevertheless, the defense argues there was a third person in the lounge, and that's who killed the victim.
Objection. To make such reckless claims in a courtroom takes a bold man or a stupid one. You're stupid with your stupid head and your stupid hair.
Stupid spiky hair.
Stupid smile. Stop it.
Stop looking at me.
There was no third person in the boarding lounge. Or have you gone dotty already?
Dottie?
Old man.
Are you not the same age? No, he's like a little bit younger.
He's a little bit younger. Not a ton.
He's 28 and Phoenix is 33, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, where's Phoenix?
5 years.
Phoenix isn't in here.
Why isn't Phoenix in there?
Like, because we are Phoenix? He didn't write up his own thing?
But I thought
Well, because
Apollo.
well, Apollo's...
We see Apollo when we're Apollo, don't we?
No.
Oh, okay. That's
But we
why.
see Apollo when we're not.
That's
Apparently,
why
his own
then.
decision wants to bring justice to his friend's killer. I wonder if that's all.
He wants to kill his
I
friend's
like
killer.
that he updated the photo to be like, this is him injured.
This is him with his iPad.
Objection!
Wow. He just
Objection!
screams it.
No, dude, that's the classic objection. I love his
That's
objection.
awesome. Objection!
We'll see who's the daughter after I trounce you in my years of experience, little boy. In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw
He's
someone
like,
leaving
anyway.
the lounge. Anyway, after that sick burn I gave you, let's talk about the case.
Let's move on.
Furthermore, a Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene. They saw a third person.
Everyone's like, I see my sister has been running her
Oh
mouth.
yeah, it's his sister.
Yeah.
I forgot about her. Did
And
I
sh-
voice her?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
So when she comes in to do witness, I can be Phoenix.
Okay.
So that we're not.
Yeah, we'll just switch off.
We'll just switch.
We
off,
got
that's
this. Phoenix is a free for all.
Phoenix, Athena, they're all
Yeah,
just.
those two are free for all. They're just
Yep.
like whoever can do it.
Yep.
It's fine. That's right. I almost forgot that Aura is Prosecutor Blackwell's sister.
Aura.
Aura and Simon.
No matter, she didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there is no evidence to indicate that this person was not the defendant. That's true, I guess.
I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there.
In brief, we need to determine if a third person was there or not. To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene.
Oh, we're gonna hear Buckethead.
Oh, Buckethead McGee. I'm him. Director Cosmos, huh?
Wasn't he just like old man
he was
voice?
just old man voice.
Elderly.
See if I can do that this early in the morning.
Don't hurt yourself. Very well, bailiff. Please beep the witnesses down.
Bring the witness to the stand.
Bring the witness. There he is. He's still got his little scooter.
He's got his little scooter. Because he's old. He's just on his little scooter.
He's got a scooter. Why, I believe I've seen you in the paper. Did you? Before in the newspapers.
Of course you have. Of course you have. For I am your Cosmos.
It's like getting punched in the face with that voice.
He's like the freaking I need water. SpongeBob.
Water.
It's like,
I don't need it.
Director.
You lost it.
I lost it. Director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was of course named after me, Yuri Cosmos.
I figured it was named after, I don't know, the cosmos.
Yeah, like the stars.
Freaking loser.
Don't you have anything you wish to ask me? Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging. 7 years ago, I successfully launched the Het 1 and... Black was like, shut up.
Blackwell's like, I'm going to kill you.
Everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even I'm trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man standing before me.
Is he being sarcastic?
Yes, I think he's trying to get him to like
To move on.
move along.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, could you please proceed directly to your important testimony?
Maybe he learned he can't threaten it because he's like so in his own world.
Yes. Also, he's younger. He's threatened older people before.
No, he threatens the judge. The judge is really old.
That's true.
Wait, I want to see. Do we know how old the judge is?
I think we've seen him once upon a time.
Why isn't he here?
I think we've seen him once upon a time, but I don't.
She's 37?
She's 10 years older than him?
She looks good for her age.
Well, 9 years, I guess.
Still.
Math. Goodness. He's a little
Punko.
baby.
62. Okay.
I see this fine young lad as a proper appreciation of greatness. Then allow me to begin my epochal testimony that will be recorded in the annals of history.
Not the anals.
That speech of Prosecutor Blackwell's just now, it sounded more like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos.
Yeah, okay. It's probably for the best that it sailed right over the director's head.
Yes. Yes, probably.
Now then, Director Cosmos, the condensed version of your illustrious testimony, please.
Condensed, please.
Shorten
Please. Here we go. Witness testimony. Bless you.
Oh gosh, oh no.
Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together. We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside.
Ka! Because little CA.
Yeah.
Stupid.
We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge, a turn lying on the floor. I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck.
Yeah, this guy's definitely the one that killed him.
There's something suspicious about him.
100%.
Yeah.
He was, you know what? I bet you that he was like, he bombed some stuff to try to like get money like for the Space Center. Because remember how they keep talking about the budget? And then like,
Taryn knew.
well, one of them knew because they
found
still
out,
had the helmets on. And so I'm wondering if he like saw one passed out and thought, oh, he must be dead. I'm going to kill the other one. It has to be one of them.
Yeah.
Like he thought he was like taking care of it no matter what. It's something like that.
I could see that.
Or Girlface is in on it.
Girlface could be in on it.
Blackwell's sister.
Yeah. The Black Quills.
And the one girl had to die because that's why they bombed the.
Yeah.
Because he was probably working with the Ted Tenate to
Ted
bomb
Tenate.
the place.
Yeah. Probably like hired him to blow it up.
Yeah. Anyway, getting ahead of ourselves. Did you say
Getting
this?
ahead.
Yes,
Yes,
you
I
did.
did. That was his whole testimony? Oh, okay.
I see. So in your testimony, you claim that might have been too short, actually.
Give us a little bit more.
Just a little more
Don't be
detail.
so brief. Just a little more.
You arrived on the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad to the lounge, and just after the victim had been killed. Oh, that's you.
Oh, the horror! The humanity! But what I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said. And all of this is true because I rhymed. Courageous action to take in the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger. Risking my own life for theirs.
Just falls over dead.
Oh, well, what do you know? It sounds like the director really cares about his men.
Yeah, although it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a coward.
Is the defense ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor.
That was such a violent nod.
Yes! Hi! Hi! Because it's Japanese.
Yeah.
Hi!
That makes sense. Violence.
Director Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I'm going to have to press him and draw him out. Just starts pushing him really hard.
I'm gonna
Press
have to
him!
Press him.
Get the juice out! like a juice press. Yeah.
like a juice.
You
press.
get it.
Yep.
Do you like when I explain my jokes?
Makes them better. helps me understand.
Draw out more of that information juice before I do anything else.
Information juice.
The juice of information. What I saw
What I saw at the scene is what I said I saw.
Yup. Okay.
Hold it.
Hold it. Oh,
You
it's so
rushed
good to hear
together.
Phoenix's voice.
Yeah. Makes you happy.
Where were you coming from? That's a good
The
question.
6th floor. We were making sure any stragglers made their way to the 4th floor. It was then we heard about Starbuck and Turan and hurried to the 3rd floor lounge.
Heard about them? What is? How?
We heard about them. I mean, I guess they would have known that they were on the spaceship? And the explosion? Maybe? Control center?
Maybe. That seems like an odd statement.
Yeah, that's a weird statement.
On my galactic scooter here, of course.
Why do you keep calling it galactic? Does that have something to do with space?
Yes, it's blue.
Like spaces.
Of course. It's specifically designed to be used on galactic battleships,
This guy's nuts.
so we can scooter our way to battle like jousting.
Scooting into battle. So dramatic.
Joust on the scooters.
I see. Then I take it works in 0G too? No. Oh.
Sadly, no. With the current state of technology as it is, I'm afraid it would just float about and be galactically useless.
Galactically Useless is a cool band name.
that would be a cool thing.
Right?
Galactically useless.
Yeah. Well, that's a galactic bummer.
Galactic bummer.
Galactic Bummer's also a good band name?
That could be their first album.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. I see. So you rush to the boarding lounge on your space-age pogo stick. All right, Judge. You're not that old.
You're like the same age.
Yeah. And when you got to the scene, what did you see?
Well, we know what he saw.
Control
Because he
room
saw
and
what he said he
peeked.
saw.
Hold it.
Hold it.
How'd you peek?
His voice makes me so happy. It's just so nostalgia from the year 2020.
Nostalgia. Uh-oh. Does 2020
Who would have thought we'd yearn for those days?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Because
Not
honestly,
me.
not me.
Not me.
Let's see. According to this diagram,
Is this a diagram here?
you didn't have to go through the control room to get to boarding lounge 1. Looks like you could have gone there from the southern corridor as well.
Yes, but in her haste, Detective Arm rushed ahead of me towards the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her.
I see.
So we peeked into the boarding lounge from the control room door and...
Okay.
Proceed with testimony.
Him being in the control room seems important.
Yeah, there's something there.
Yeah.
Hold it!
Like you can't see from that angle or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see who the figure was clearly or what they were doing?
No,
It looked like they were pooping.
certainly. The only thing I could tell was that it was a person standing motionless.
The defendant, no doubt, staring aghast at his deed. What other explanation is there?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Very interesting. Ugh, I'm so close, but without evidence, I can't prove that person's the third party.
I don't relish this in this, but something and...
I can only imagine is not good testimony.
Yeah, no. I'm
It was
gonna
probably
speculate.
him.
I can only imagine my speculations could be correct.
Yeah. Aura Blackwell also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge, but she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see the figure's face clearly?
No, my eyesight's bad.
I actually can't see 2 feet in front of me.
No, not clearly.
I'm the worst witness.
The lighter they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time.
Why
so what
would
were
it
they
do
wearing?
that?
Tell us, like, boots.
But also, like, if you were holding a lighter, let's use an example. If you're holding a lighter,
Whoa. Okay.
you're like, was he holding it down by his feet? Like that doesn't
His
make any
toes
sense.
were gripping it.
This is my toe lighter. That's so weird because
But
you'd have
other
to
than
like.
that, I could see little else.
It's dumb.
Yeah, I don't know how that would.
Because like even if you were bending down to like hold it down close to your feet, it'd still light up.
Yeah.
You know?
You could be crouching around, I guess.
Yeah, but it'd still light your face.
Yeah.
Like they're saying
That's
like,
true.
oh, I could only see his feet. That's weird.
That is weird.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's why I could see Taryn, because he's short, but I couldn't see who the other person was. He's little. He's a little guy.
Wait! He just said he saw Taran. He had his helmet on. He didn't have his helmet off yet.
Yeah.
So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck. Is that correct?
I would like to believe that Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder.
Objection.
It's so funny that in this game you have to like prove that it wasn't someone, but in real court, at least here it would be like Blackquill would have to prove that it was him.
Yeah.
Because if you couldn't see his face, that would be bad for Blackquill, not us.
Yeah. Be like, oh, that sucks for you, Blackwell.
Yeah.
When the witness entered the boarding lounge, there was no third person there.
You don't know that.
Break my stuff again. Isn't that correct, Great Space Center Director?
Little green.
Yes, that's right. Correct. Only Starbuck and Taryn were there by that time. After we peeked in, the lounge suddenly went dark and the figure vanished.
You mean they disappeared? That's odd.
They just poofed into
Objection.
space. The reason the figure appeared to vanish is because it was the defendant. Duh.
How did they catch him? They haven't said like how they caught our defendant boy.
What's his face?
Rockahead. Yeah.
Well, they were both passed out.
Yeah, but they just said that he. Are you sure they were both passed out?
Well, we saw the beginning. They looked like they both passed out.
Yeah, but how did they're just they're saying that like he ran away. We've not been told by like the police or anything. Like, how did you apprehend him?
That's not important details.
insane.
Unimportant. When the witness.
Oh, never mind.
When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell to the floor and feigned unconsciousness.
Never mind.
There you go.
Just told us.
You just give it 2 seconds.
I'm dumb. Hold on, Director Cosmos. Did you ever take your eyes off the scene?
That was a bad time to put that in my mouth.
For a brief instant. I don't know how you do that voice. It's freaking murdering me, and I'm just pretending.
Just for a brief instant, about as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by.
I like stars.
I like the stars because it's in my name. How else would you know what I like?
If you took your eyes off the scene, then this third person could have escaped during that time. But what escape route could this person have used? The direction opposite the control room, the southern door to the elevators. It's true, that is the open door.
Oh, yeah.
There's no lock on it. There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible to escape that way.
Objection.
We're 2 steps ahead of them.
Always.
All things are possible, right, Dono?
Right, Dono.
Right, Dono.
Oh.
The real question is, do you have any proof?
No.
If we're just talking possibilities, we could each profess whatever we'd like. An inmate who... I almost read that intimate.
An intimate.
An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say that there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon.
You don't know if that's not true.
Yeah. Have you been underneath the moon?
Yeah. As long as they don't punish us in the name of said moon for what we've done to it. What do we do to the moon?
But I say, where's your proof that this quaint kingdom exists?
You're proving the exact opposite point, bud.
Yep.
You're proving that
Yep. He's just dumb.
No one saw his face, therefore there's an entire possibility it wasn't him.
He's just dumb.
Hi,
He's just dumb.
the Wraith.
He's calling your theory a work of fiction, boss. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say to that?
And he's right. I don't have any proof yet. Still, the southern door was a possible escape route. Better make a mental note of that. Okay,
Okay.
that's important information.
We're gonna file that away for later.
Director Cosmos, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why did you look away from the boarding lounge? Aha!
There's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. It was when Detective Arm saw the figure and raised her gun. Being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her.
What?
Okay.
You're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure?
Just immediately was like, I'm gonna shoot you.
A gun!
I imagine her instincts as a detective told her they were the killer.
Or she knew them.
Or she got blown up, and so you can't prove any of this.
Yeah, that's true. How convenient that the person that did this is dead.
Yeah. I don't know about that. And were you able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun?
No, because we saw the bullet.
We did see the bullet hole.
I'm afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her.
Huh. So that does line up that she shot.
Yes.
She identified herself clearly and then bang, bang, pow!
Bang, 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 bang!
She fired 2 warning shots at the shadowy figure.
2.
Where was the second one? Unless the glass had the bullet still in it. Because there was one on the ground.
Yeah, but then how would that... Where did the one
Or
on the ground
she shot
hit?
the killer. Is that why he's using his scooter? He can't walk around? Because he was shot in the leg or something?
That'd be crazy!
Hmm.
Oh! That's so interesting! This information about Detective Arm's actions sounds critically important. Please add it to your testimony.
Okay, if I have to.
What's the testimony?
Why am I here?
2 warning shots.
Hold it.
Alright. And neither of these 2 shots hit the culprit?
No, not that I'm aware. That is correct. The detective appears to have missed on purpose. But boys.
But did she really? There's something about this that bothers me. So Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, did she? That's the first time that info has come out. Wonder if I can find any inconsistencies. Okay.
He's so dramatic.
Must have been Starbuck. Hi, Brian. Brian Bates. That's a good
Brian?
name.
Brian Bates
Brian
is a
Bates.
superhero name.
I like that. Yeah, because of the
BB?
double. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Peter Parker.
Peter Parker. Clark
must
Kent.
be Starbuck.
That only works when you
Oh,
spell
balls.
it with the Clark with a K.
Clark
Is that how
Kent.
it's spelled? Or
No,
is
it's
it
C.
It's a C.
I think.
You know, I don't know.
If
I think it is with a C, but it just sounds like kaka.
it's the alliteration still. Okay, this. Okay, I have to present. There we go.
Presented.
Presenting evidence. A single bullet hole.
Yeah. Only one. Bullet itself was missing, but we found the bullet
Yeah.
hole.
Slam. Are you sure you're really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing?
You doubt my words. Words that would someday be written down in history books.
I hate him so much.
He's so scary. He's like revving it, like
He
he's
just
gonna
keeps
run us
going.
over.
Uh,
Phoenix is like, no, no, I don't.
is it Facelay? Hi.
Hello.
Somehow I don't think that those exact words will ever be written down in any history books.
Oh, I'm taunting him.
Mr. Wright, could you please explain yourself so that we can all understand?
Sure, I can totally do that.
You say the Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, and yet only 1 bullet hole was ever found at the scene.
What?
Only 1 bullet hole means the gun was only fired once. And yet Director Cosmos is saying Detective Arm fired 2 shots. Director Detectives. Hard.
Director and detective.
No editor. No editor would allow such a glaring contradiction in a history book.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
got it.
Objection.
Objection.
I was so confused that whole run.
Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true.
What?
We confirmed that 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun.
Objection.
Objection. But there was only 1 bullet hole at the scene. Where did the other bullet hole vanish to?
Where did it go? I forgot about the jailbird.
I love the jailbird. It's perfect. Perfect
Isn't his
bird.
name like Tiki or Taka or something?
Is Taka.
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 Kiki and Kaka.
Kiki and Kaka. All right.
You should know the answer to that already.
I should. I hate this face he makes.
It's the worst.
He looks like a
It's so scary.
sleep-deprived frog.
That's very specific.
But it is,
Have
though.
you seen lots of sleep-deprived frogs?
No. Maybe.
During the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was presented as evidence. We've already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not?
Have we not?
Have we not? Well, it appears the thing that ruptured, it was a bullet. That the thing that ruptured, it was...
That ruptured it.
Oh, that
was a
ruptured
bullet.
it was a bullet. I was like, the ruptured, it was a bullet.
It was
I
a bullet.
Like, that doesn't, okay. I can read. A bullet was found near the tank, to be precise.
To be precise.
This bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun, the same caliber as the detective's gun. Okay.
What? Oxygen tank data updated in the court record.
In the court record.
Struck by a bullet, but where? Okay. Okay. That's interesting.
The rifling marks also match up. So it was the detective's gun. Yeah. There's no question that this bullet was fired from Detective Arm's gun.
Okay.
So that's the bullet.
Bullet found near the victim's oxygen tank.
So
Wait, is it the
other
same?
one in the oxygen tank?
Need to see rifling marks. They're like a gun's fingerprints on a bullet, correct? They always bring this up like we don't know. Like we don't remember.
Yeah.
See, that's a .10 caliber.
They're
Different
different.
caliber.
They're different.
Different caliber.
So there was another gun.
There had to be another
So
gun.
that one was like a tiny little BB, like
a
pew, pew,
special
pew.
gun. Rifling marks. So like I said that. And examining the rifling marks on a bullet can tell us if the gun was fired with. The gun it was fired from.
One of the bullets the detective fired found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank.
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
A casket.
The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots.
Where's the other bullet though?
My beautiful
My
contradiction.
beautiful contradiction. Gone. All gone.
So that bullet
Oh,
hole
gosh.
was from a .38 caliber, huh?
I forgot Athena was here.
Yeah, she's just like, hello?
It's
I
you.
better update the record.
Bullet hole updated in the courtroom. So that one is the 38.
So that one's hers. The other one is not.
So that means that, yes, 2 bullets were fired.
Yes, but one
Because-
of them was not hers.
But one of them wasn't hers, yeah.
She might have fired 2, but we don't know where the other...
It was probably in the screen.
Yeah, probably.
One in the screen, one in the canister, but then there's an extra
there's
bullet.
a third bullet.
Yeah, 3 bullets.
Bullet, gun.
So there's 3 shots, right?
Yes. There would be 3.
Yeah.
One of them's just teeny tiny.
Tinny tanny.
That's a teeny tiny.
Very good. Now we know the fate of both of the shots of Detective Arms. What? Fate of both of the shots Detective Arm fired. Gosh dang, that
Some of
is
these
difficult. Mr. Wright, does that clear up all of your questions?
No. Not even a little.
Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display and the other hit the oxygen tank. Does that really clear up everything about what happened in the scene?
Save.
No. Hell nah. No, Your Honor. It doesn't.
Just says yes and the game ends.
Yeah, I guess. Guilty.
I guess, guilty.
Game over. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun. But that doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person. That is such an evil smile. It's like,
It's like, I'm right, you're wrong.
suck it, Blackwell. Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene? The third bullet, stupid.
This one.
The little bullet.
10.
It's a widow one.
And what is this metal pellet supposed to be? Is it
'Cause it's
10
little.
caliber? Does that mean it's like 10 millimeters or
Mhm.
something?
So it's little. It's a little guy.
It's a little pew pew.
It's a little pew pew
Little
guy.
baby pew pew.
Because remember, they were like, this is really tiny.
It's like really small
Yeah,
from
it's
like a special gun.
Yeah, it's like an airsoft gun pellet.
And what is this metal pellet supposed to be? I lost the voice for a moment.
What is it supposed to
What
be?
is it supposed to be? Just a little something of great importance we found at this crime scene, Your Honor.
You found it where?
At the crime scene.
It's a crime scene in the vent.
Stupid. And a floor gutter at the crime scene.
looking around.
Maybe you should use your brain.
Use your eyes. Oh, wait.
I wonder if they let him.
They probably don't let him.
Yeah, he probably just stuck in jail.
Fulbright goes to do it for him. And he's just stuck in jail.
That's true.
Maybe he, like, holds a camera, like a little, like... What am I supposed to
like,
look
live
at?
streaming it to him.
Yeah, and he's like, turn around.
I can't see anything. Get your thumb out of the way.
Your thumb is in the camera's
in the
lens.
shot.
Stop.
I would kill to watch that interaction. That's hilarious.
That's probably what happens, honestly.
We should make an animation.
It's like Fulbright, get your
no,
thumb.
Other way. It looks like the
Zoom
police.
out. You're zoomed in. Zoom out.
You flip the camera. I'm just looking at your face. It looks like the police and prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, this is a 10 caliber, making it much smaller than the one of Detective Arm's 38 calibers. That means?
There was a third person.
It's like we said all along. Exactly. One more person must have been there in the lounge. A third person who had a gun that could fire 10 caliber bullets. Oh my gosh, he's so little.
He's little. He's a little dude.
Little short guy.
He's shrinking.
And if that's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. The third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. But then they fired... Wait. I want to think. I want to think. I want my brain to work.
You want to think?
I need like... Oh, I don't have like a picture of it.
No, we don't have a picture of that room.
I guess it wouldn't matter then if we don't have the evidence for it.
Yeah.
I was thinking like what angle was the bullets fired from, because if this one was over at the vent, which was... I swear we had a map. Oh yeah. If it was at the vent, which was down here...
Yeah.
Then they would be firing down toward the vent area, which means that they wouldn't have been in the control room.
Oh,
firing
that's true.
like Arm and stuff wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Which means maybe Arm was on the opposite side and the director man was on the other opposite side.
They're all liars.
Everyone's
all
a
of
liar.
them.
Okay. And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos?
It looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival.
Dude, we just proved that you lied in court.
You just lied. Tell us the truth, coward.
Yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us.
What's this now?
Huh?
I'm lost.
You're agreeing that there's a third person? What?
Yeah.
You never breathed a word of any of this to me before.
Well, all great men have a secret or two, don't you know?
Oh my gosh. He sucks so bad.
Blackwell's like, I'm gonna kill you. Foolish old geezer.
Foolish.
Utter buffoon.
So Director Cosmos really had been hiding the presence of a third person all along? That's perjury and stuff.
We can put you in jail for that.
It's probably like obstruction of justice.
Yeah, a little bit.
Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw. You may not... You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom you are just another witness.
We don't care about you.
Not even a little. You won't receive special treatment here. Now please give an accurate testimony.
No lies.
I feel like he's just making it up as he goes.
Oh, no, 100%.
He's old.
What I really saw at the scene.
Detective Arm and I rushed to the control...
Just to breathe in to prepare, like...
rushed to the control room together. In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and Tehran on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. You're fired.
That angle doesn't make sense.
You're fired.
That don't make no sense, Lieutenant Dan.
That don't make no sense, Lieutenant Dan.
Given that there was no third person in the lounge when the witness entered it, does this mean the person who fired the gun had to been the defendant?
Had to have.
Had to have?
Had to have.
Not necessarily. It is still possible that it was someone else. Most likely, as soon as Detective Arm and Director Cosmos discovered this person, they escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock.
The one anyone could go through.
Objection.
Objection.
Double-edged swords are a tricky lot. Mishandle one, and it is you who is cut down.
It is funny that like him and Apollo and stuff, their objections are like, objection. And Phoenix is literally like, objection! Screaming.
And yet Apollo's the one that's supposed to have like the cords of steel.
He has to practice. He's still not there.
Nope, he's still not there yet.
Huh?
Your reasoning could apply if Space Boy were the killer as well. Think about it. After being discovered, he could have fired the .10 caliber gun.
Yeah, but where would he have put the gun?
Detective Arm would have responded by firing 2 warning shots. All he had to do was feign unconsciousness to invent the possibility of a third person.
Objection. That's dumb. But Mr. Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by the police.
Exactly.
Where would he have put it? Nor had a gun been found in the crime scene. Its absence can only be explained if there was a third party who took it with them.
Recall the existence of a trash chute in the boarding lounge.
That is valid. All right, you got me
The
on this one,
defendant could have
Blackwell.
simply thrown the gun down the chute. The chute.
You can't deny the possibility of a third
you
person
can't
leaving
deny.
But no!
Can't deny these nuts!
Objection!
So dumb. It's up to you to prove that possibility.
It's not.
It's all up to you, Phoenix Wright.
You have to do all the work.
And I trust you haven't forgotten my little piece of decisive evidence.
What was your decisive evidence?
He's like, huh?
What? Huh?
What? Why, the detonator switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally.
That's such an easy thing to plant. I feel like,
Oh, yeah.
are we all dumb? Are we all stupid?
The most compelling evidence of all that tells us he is the culprit.
I did forget about all that.
His
They're
pupils
all
went
about
away.
that.
Look, your baldness, how deliciously obvious it is that they lack the evidence to rival mine.
The anime tropey things, like your pupils going away or the silly faces and stuff, just don't work as well in 3D. They're just
No,
creepier.
They're kind of scary.
Yeah.
A
I don't
little
like
bit.
it.
A little scary.
I don't like it.
Wow, he sliced our third-person theory to ribbons and served it to us just like that.
I keep forgetting she's here.
Yeah.
She keeps piping in
She's
and
just
scaring me.
She's just chilling in the corner.
Yes, well, I have a question of my own, actually. That bullet that the mysterious figure shot, what did it hit exactly?
Your mom.
You
Oh,
Hit me.
was I right?
were right.
He got shot.
So does that mean you're a ghost?
Ghost. I was wondering when you would realize at your baldness. Director Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. He can even pass through walls.
Freaking Blackwell's such a turd.
He's such a butt. Prosecutor Blackwell, shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman. Your baldness, it was all in jest. Please show yourself again.
Are you
The
sure?
judge is so dumb.
In that case, would you, how did you manage to survive being shot, Director Cosmos? There's like lots of ways to survive that.
Oh yeah, no, a ton.
I'm glad you asked. It was a miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. The bullet hit my glorious Medal of Honor, whereby it ricocheted, thus saving my life.
Glorious. Oh yeah, I was wondering about that because
I thought
on
it was just
his-
a little star.
Yeah, I thought he had like a different colored stone.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
a fourth star.
Yeah,
But it's just a bullet hole.
I did not realize.
Wow.
That's funny that we both noticed that. I was like, oh, that's a funny
And we're
design.
like, oh, it's just a
Oh,
fourth
interesting.
star.
Yeah,
Give it some asymmetry.
it's kind of smart.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, what? Athena is so hunched over.
She's like, oh, my back. That's me drawing every day.
Turns into an old crone.
I become
just
shrimp. I am become shrimp.
like the one lady in Merlin. I don't know how she did that with her back.
I don't. It's
didn't
crazy.
die.
That's unbelievable.
I have to check this out. Oh wow! Look at that. There's one extra Gyaxa star.
Yaks.
Yaks.
The odds are literally astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle.
It's beginning to really feel like the cosmos is watching out for Director Cosmos.
I wish it wouldn't. Why did you conceal this information, Director Cosmos?
A great man such as myself has to hide things on occasion, no matter how much it hurts. It is the plight of the truly great. It may be hard for this generation to understand.
He's so awful.
He is. terrible. I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding?
Let's just cross. I need to breathe. Let's just cross-examine him and see what we can find out.
See what we can find.
Now then, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Okay. I am. What I really saw.
What I really saw is what I saw.
This
and
is
what
super
I say
the
I
truth.
saw.
Take the primary rush to the control room. In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room. It ran on the floor. Still in the control room. East.
Figure fired at us.
Okay.
Yes.
Hold it!
So just hold it on all of them.
Yes.
Hold it! We've already heard all about that part. Don't you have any new information?
Well, let me see. If you have an hour or two, I could tell you
Yes.
all about the Hat
No.
One miracle.
No.
Hold it!
Hold it! Shut the hell up.
No, that's not what we're here for.
We already
Shut
know
up.
about that too. Tell us about something related to the incident.
I see. You want to know about incidents? The Hat One had an incident.
Remember that?
Well, then let me tell you about the many incidents that made me the man I am today. It all started when my mom gave birth to me.
It was really traumatic.
Yes, if you have the time, I will tell you all about the upbringing of this great man. Hold it!
Hold it. Please don't. You told us all about that already as well. What we need now is your testimony.
What we need.
What we need.
Did I really already tell you all about my upbringing? I don't recall doing so.
It's me.
Just gonna scooch on in here.
Director Cosmos. Perhaps you could save your boastful tales for later.
Boastful.
If I must. Well, we peeked in through the control room door and yada yada yada. And my mustache is glorious.
So dumb.
So dumb. But it was so dark, you couldn't see this figure's face, isn't that right?
Yes, the room was as deep and dark as outer space itself. Speaking of outer space, during the Hat One launch 7 years ago.
Shut up.
Please.
If it's about that Hat One miracle again, you can sod off and tell it to the stray mutt.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. He's so mean.
Excellent idea! No reason why the animal world should not hear of my greatness.
And so they shall, but first your testimony. What happened next?
Hold it!
Still in the control room, yada yada yada.
So in other words, you were fired at while you were in the control room door.
The little gun noise.
That is correct.
There's something not quite right about that. Director Cosmos, the bullet this person fired hit you, isn't that right?
Yes, it was a miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. The bullet, the figure
fired.
hit me while I was in the control room. But as the Cosmos would have it, the bullet bounced off my glorious Medal of Honor.
In that case, the bullet should have wound up somewhere in the control room door, around the control room door.
But it wasn't.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Director... Oh, that's you.
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm Medina. Okay.
I keep forgetting she's here,
Yeah,
so...
I do too. So Director Cosmos was in the control room to the east.
And while he was there, he was shot by someone with a 10 caliber gun. But the bullet hit his metal, so he
But
was able
the
to
bullet
escape with
hit
his
his
life.
metal, so
That's
he
you.
was able to escape with his life.
So sorry.
It's okay. He's a very lucky man. No wonder people think he's great.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky myself. So if he's a great man, then I'm king of all the cosmos. Seriously, Felix has almost died 700 times.
Yeah, he gets
This
in
man is-
life and death situations
Yeah.
far too often.
And then he's just fine.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm good.
It's like, I'm just here. I'm
All's
just
well.
chilling.
Okay,
Rush to the control room.
what can we present? We've already done all this. Like, there's only 3 things. Figure standing
Gotta
in the
be
middle,
something,
right?
because the bullet was on the wrong
Hold it!
Whoop. Oh, damn it. I meant to hit the other button. Sorry.
We already did
I think we must present where the bullet
Talk,
was.
talk, talk, talk. Talky, talky, talk, talk, talk.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Okay, this button.
Didn't I make Lemmy Roar speak like that when she wasn't speaking
Yeah,
English?
you made a... No, it wasn't Lemmy Roar, it was the kid.
The child.
Yeah.
It was the non-blind child.
The
That's
weird
what it was. I
language
was like,
we
I
made
used
into
that one time.
Animalese.
The Animalese.
Get rid of the wall.
Oh, that was so long ago.
South wall.
Objection!
I think that's right. Yeah.
Bring it forth. You probably should have saved.
Oh, good idea.
Save.
We've never actually had to... Well, no, we've died before.
We have
Never
died
mind.
before.
I was like, we've never actually died. I'm wrong.
We have died once.
You've super died.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at his hair. Is it hand textured? It looks like it's drawn on.
It might.
You see how it's like scribbly?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
His hair's weird.
My little artist brain went off.
Hmm.
Director Cosmos.
Textures.
Texture. I believe you're telling this great court a glorious lie.
A great man like me tell a lie? Have you ever heard of such a thing in all of history?
my gosh.
All the freaking time.
My accusation is based on the positions of the people who are in the lounge. According to your testimony, you and Detective Arm were near the control room door, and the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the boarding lounge. If, as you say, the figure fired a gun at you from this position, then the bullet would have traveled in this direction.
Yeah. And it didn't.
It would have
Dummy.
pew-pewed that way.
It didn't pew-pew that way.
However, we found the 10 caliber bullet here.
There's no freaking way it ricocheted that way.
Pew!
Oh! Am I? Perhaps I'm wrong.
Maybe I lied. I don't
Maybe I
know.
lied again, I'm sorry.
I pooped myself. I'm old. This trajectory and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Director Cosmos, where did you really? Where were you really when you were being shot at? Struggling.
I don't remember.
Whoa!
Again!
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the human merry-go-round.
Objection!
The human merry-go-round. And Buckles is like, haha, sucker. Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't the witness himself just tell you? The bullet hit his medal. Of this, there is no mistake.
Objection!
That's not how ricochet works.
Not even a little.
But in that case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room. Are you trying to say that you can explain this inconsistency?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Pulls out a gun.
Here, let's do a little
Let's
example.
do some testing. I didn't think
Live
so.
example.
What? Live example.
Oh, great Director Cosmos.
Yes. Is there something you'd like me to expound upon?
Expound.
You were in fact not. You were in fact not in the control room and to the east, were you?
Man,
You were looking into the lounge from the door to the south. Is that not right?
they really are just like, yeah, he lied. Make him do a
Move
testimony
along.
again.
Yeah, so dumb.
This was unreliable witness of all time.
Yep.
What are you getting at? My eyeball.
Stab my eyeball. Use your own brain. Your head must have some other use than housing that bird's nest. The horrible rat nest, bird nest on top of your head.
Why is everyone picking up my hair? Dude, it's not a bird's nest. It's like the
spiky.
most deadly, like...
it would be like the bird spikes that people
Yeah,
put
like, they
on
try to keep
restaurants
people,
to try
yeah.
to keep them out, and then they build a nest on it
Yeah,
anyway.
and then it's like a metal death nest that
It's
other
so
birds
scary.
can't get to.
Yeah, they're like, thanks for the protection, you guys.
It's actually sick. I love that birds are like...
I love when they'll do that. Then you're just like,
They're so
good for you.
adaptive. Alright.
Director Cosmos and the detective witnessed the scene from the southern door. The killer fired at them there, and that is why the bullet was found in the south.
But then the other bullet would...
Huh.
That makes some sense, actually.
Also, the witness being at the southern door is rather favorable for the prosecution. Ooh. Okay.
What? I got a bad feeling about this.
Bad.
Bad.
How about it, Director? If you don't tell the truth this time... Breaks his
There
manacles.
it goes.
Yikes! His handcuffs!
You'll become but rust upon my sword. I relish the chance to cut down a great man.
That's a sick line. You'll become but rust upon my sword.
That's pretty sick.
That's awesome. I love that.
Blackwell has like some stupid poetry lines. That one's pretty
That was
good.
pretty rad.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Alright! I'll tell the truth. Just put your sword away!
And your bird.
You are correct. I, the great Yuri Cosmos, was on the southern side.
Dude, threatening a witness into doing your testimony that you want is crazy.
Yeah, like I'll kill you.
I'll kill you if you don't say this.
If you don't tell the truth this time, I'm gonna kill you. Like, oh, okay.
The quote unquote truth.
I kind of said that.
Oh. Okay. What? That's the complete opposite of the testimony he's given so far.
And now you have lost your possibility that a third person was in the room.
I have? How?
Are we sure about that?
We 100% on that, dog?
The director and the detective were near the southern door. Meaning the killer couldn't have escaped through there.
Yeah, but it just means that this man
Okay.
is lying.
Okay.
He's a liar.
The western door required print recognition. The corridor beyond was filled with smoke. The only escape route left was the eastern control room door. And the only way to get through there was with Director Cosmos' fingerprints.
It's almost as if Director
It's
Cosmos
almost
is
as if
suspicious.
He is very suspicious. And he keeps lying.
He's a massive
and more
liar.
Suspicious.
Heck.
He's egotistical.
He's got an ego on him.
In short, there would be no escape for any third person had there been one.
Ah.
Hurrah!
My third person just disappeared, like in one of Trucy's magic tricks, with her panties or whatever.
You didn't need to bring that up, but you did.
But I did. I'm sorry.
We could have gone a week.
This game is ruining
we could
me.
have gone a week.
Order of the court. Let's not discuss that right now. Director Cosmos, why did you tell such an outrageous lie? 'Cause I'm old.
'Cause I'm senile.
You were covering for the defendant, isn't that right?
Dude, he's just feeding the witness. Like, that's not...
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was all for the love of my life. Of my men.
I love men.
If I said I was in the east control room, it would mean the culprit could have escaped through the southern door.
That's...
It would have meant that there could have been a third person.
I love that this, like, mystery face is... They have, like, a full shirt, like, clearly on
Yeah.
and stuff, but then they're, like, very bald.
Yep.
Like, they couldn't have given, like, fake hair.
No fake hair.
It's
They're
weird.
bald. They're just
The baldest.
androgynous. You don't know who they
Yeah,
are.
it's what's his name? Megamind.
It's a Megamind.
It was Megamind. It was Megamind. It was him. I could recognize his blue face anywhere. All I wanted to do was protect Starbuck. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person.
Okay.
What a convoluted lie. Was he really covering for the defendant? No.
No.
He's a liar. He's a
Covering
bad
for
person.
himself.
It looks like we've come to a conclusion.
No, we have not.
Of the defense's argument, the possibility of a third person has crumbled.
No. No. It's over.
Yikes, the judge is about to hand down his verdict.
Quick, something.
I'm being isolated in the darkness. Think, Phoenix, think.
Think.
Think! This is the perfect time to try and turn my thinking around. If the third person had no way of escaping the scene. What if one of the people at the scene was the third person? Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
Maybe it's the one who's alive. Wait, what if the whole premise is all wrong? Is it possible the detective?
Yeah.
Director Cosmos and he said he and the detective arm rushed to the scene together. What if the premise isn't true? What if they were on opposite sides and they were shooting at each other like idiots?
Yep.
Huh.
What if one of them reached it?
One of them reached the scene before the other one. And if that person entered the lounge, then they would be the third person. The defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim and shot at the director. Wrong. There doesn't appear to be any room for argument against these claims. I will now render my verdict.
Objection!
Wait! Please!
Please wait, Your Honor. There is still one possibility. Oh, this better be good, Mr. Wright. There is one and only person who could have escaped from the scene. And that person would be the first person who arrived on the scene. Then upon entering the boarding lounge, the second person to arrive came via the southern door. That's why the first person fled from the room, using an escape route that was accessible only to them. Very well, let's hear more about this theory.
Yeah, we're just spewing
Who is the one
theories
person
now.
who could have escaped from the boarding lounge? Doop, 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 doop. This guy.
Take that!
Take that.
Take that.
But that's...
But that.
Mr. Wright, what are you claiming here? Of all the people who were at the scene, only the witness could have escaped. The director is the only one with the authority to open the control room door,
freaking
after all.
Duh.
Seriously.
They're so dumb.
But what that
But.
means? Exactly. The true identity of the third person is our current witness. Director Yuri Cosmos.
What?
That made me dizzy.
What? So dumb.
Athena, you get on board. Come on.
Just like, I wasn't paying attention.
I was just playing video games.
I was talking to Widget.
Order in the court, I say. Mr. Wright, will you explain yourself in more detail? I assert that Director Cosmos arrived at the scene before Detective Arm and entered the boarding lounge alone. Detective Arm arrived after that and saw a suspicious figure who was actually Director Cosmos standing at the lounge. Ugh.
You okay?
Yep. I got like a hiccup burps. And that's why she fired those 2 warning shots.
Gah! I've been hit! I've been hit on the starboard side!
Captain Wright, it's a direct hit on the enemy ship, sir. A magnificent shot.
Thank you.
Warning shots fired from the enemy ship! Prepare to intercept!
The bug was like, shut up, everyone. Cosmos, you've told a lie in this court once again. You're dead.
I've been hit! I've been hit on the port side! The enemy has called in reinforcements! I'm going to be sick! I'm going to hurl!
It's making me sick to watch.
I know, he's spinning so
Makes
fast.
my eyes hurt. Earth to Cosmos Control Center, requesting permission to ask you to return to reality.
But my ship will not go down to anything less than the ultimate weapon of evidence!
Objection! But I do have evidence. In fact, you could say
You!
you could say that your battleship bears its scar.
Oh, Ripley.
Ripley, go sit down. Go sit, sweet baby. You need a big stretch and then go back to bed.
Yep.
Go back
that's
to
what she
beddy.
needed.
If Director Cosmos is the third person Aura Blackwell saw, this third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun.
This happened 10 minutes ago.
And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos?
It looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival! Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us.
Remember that?
Remember that? 10 minutes ago?
Director Cosmos must have been the one who fired the 10 caliber gun. Pew pew! When Detective Arm discovered him in the lounge, it only makes sense that he would have turned and shot at her. Therefore, the evidence on the director's body is of a different kind of relevance than before.
Relevance.
Once we compare it against another piece of evidence, the mark that you received from the third party will be all the proof we need to prove that you were the one there in the lounge.
Brace for further impact!
He's so dumb.
Comparison against this piece of evidence will prove that you were the one in the lounge. The bullet. This bullet.
Take that!
Take that! Take that! The .38 caliber bullet found at the on the floor at the scene didn't hit the oxygen tank. It hit Director Cosmos's metal. If we have the ricochet mark on the metal analyzed, I'm sure the caliber will match up. But if that mark proves to be from a .38 caliber bullet, and if that mark, it will prove that you are the third person we've been looking for.
There we go.
Yeah! The bridge is destroyed! Losing altitude, all hands abandon ship!
Oh gosh.
He's spinning so fast.
Seriously, if that's true, then what about the bullet that hit the oxygen tank? It was the 10 caliber bullet. In other words, it was the bullet fired by Yuri Cosmos. Isn't that right, Director?
No, you got it all wrong.
I kind of like his angry face.
What? The engines have started again? It's a miracle. I'm not going down yet.
He's so old.
Seriously. Witness, stop this at once and confess the truth. If you don't want the history books to say that a great man was a great liar,
Then accept your fate and tell the truth.
Are you giving me orders? Me, the great director of the Cosmos Space Center.
I thought they said gay.
But the cosmos revolve around me.
Gay!
Oh
my gosh. It's kind of impressive.
Someone get me off this thing.
Everyone's like, you're the one controlling that.
Yeah, like, dude, chill. Just step off. Order in this court. Will someone stop the witness from spinning?
No, please stop the witness from spinning.
Oh, he's dizzy and kind of moist.
He's gonna hurl.
Whew, thank goodness we were able to stop him from spinning off the face of the earth.
While he was twirling, I took the liberty of running an analysis on the mark of the metal. It was made by a 38 caliber bullet, matching it with the size of Detective Arm's firearm.
He's so, like, cool and serious all the time.
He's like,
But the idea of him, like, spinning out of control and him just being like, will you please analyze this while that's going on?
will you do this, please?
Please. Are you ready to confess the truth, witness?
No, you've got it all wrong. This is just a misunderstanding.
Is he going to start piling on more lies?
It looks like it. But no matter how many lies he tells, I'll expose them one by one. I'll make that big liar tell the truth.
I'll make him tell the truth.
I'm real stuttery today. It's all right.
Wow,
That was short.
that was short.
Do we do another chapter?
I don't know. What time do you have to do your thing?
I think we leave it 2. I'm just scared if the next one's really long.
It could be long. That's the only thing.
We could... I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
How much time do we have? We have 2 hours. Might not be fine.
Yeah, that's pushing it. Because it could be 2 hours. It could be longer than
It could be 2.5 hours.
Because sometimes when it's a little bit short,
This
it's
is-
longer the next
Usually
time.
it's so consistently like about 2.5 hours when we play.
Yeah.
This one was so fast.
Yeah.
And like a different one before was too really fast too.
Yeah, it's like the court ones are being really, really short, but the investigations are being like 2.5.
Yeah. It's weird though that we're still in court, you know?
That's true.
That,
The rate
like,
says we could pause halfway through.
that's true. All right, let's do it. I need to know what's happening.
We're still in court.
I can't
too, so
stop.
Here we go. Because we haven't had what's her face, the witness.
Oh yeah,
speak
Aura.
Yet. Yeah, we
Oh,
haven't
this
got
might be
that.
a really long one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Dr-
pause if we need to.
yeah.
Whatever time you need to go, we can just pause.
We'll have to end at 1 because I have to get ready.
Okay.
So,
So we've got an hour and 10 minutes.
hour and 10 minutes. Let's do this.
Let's see how far we get, you guys.
Director Cosmos, a new possibility has been presented by the defense. They're claiming that you were this turd person.
Forgive me. I'm so sorry.
Also, if we need to pause and only have like a little bit left and we can tell, we can finish it at some time during the week too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Foi choi.
Read it at 2 times speed.
Yeah,
We're
go,
gonna
go, go.
try.
Speed run.
Just screams. So the great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just another fabulous cur.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
What's a fabulous?
I don't know. I only have one question for the likes of you. Shall I send you off quickly or very quickly? Do you
Very
choose
quickly.
death or more death?
Death or quick death?
Ah!
The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos. Don't try to talk your way out of this.
Fine. I'll tell you the truth. It's all just as you say, Mr. Wright.
Stop
my
just
gosh.
confirming whatever we say.
Yeah.
It's true, I was there in the boarding lounge.
Also, like, literally everything he says now means nothing because
Yeah, because he's a liar.
he's a liar.
I got there before Detective Arm, and when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room. So I ran away.
That seems smart.
That's smart. Then I went past the elevators all the way. Whoa, what? And then I went past the elevators and all the way around the boarding lounge one again.
Yes.
Because I'm fast on my scooter. It just zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom.
I came up behind Detective Arm and pretended to be the second on the scene.
Yeah, that's a
dumb.
bad idea.
You're stupid.
What a troublesome old man you are with such convoluted deeds and thoughts.
Convoluted.
Convoluted.
I see. So then, are you still insisting that you did not kill the victim?
Ah, of course I am. When I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw the true killer. The great Yuri Cosmos was a history-making witness.
Hold it. Hold on. Hold on just a minute. Just one moment, please. We just proved a few minutes ago, the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Miss Aura Blackwell saw was you.
No, it wasn't me. I saw the person as well. If I were the killer, why would I lie to cover for Starbuck?
Possibly Aura did it.
It could be.
I would just leave him to take the fall because that's the kind of man I am.
I'm the worst.
That's an excellent point.
All I wanted to do was protect Starbuck. 10 minutes ago, I said this, so I'll say it again. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person.
Well, it makes some sense if you told those lies to cover for Mr. Starbuck.
Still, a lie's a lie, Athena.
So, Director Cosmos claims he's not the culprit, but where's the proof?
You don't have to prove it. Okay, never mind.
Where's the beef?
Where's the meat?
I just remembered. I have an alibi. I forgot about them. Miss Blackwell said she saw the killer at 10 a.m., correct?
Yes, and?
I was there at 10:05. Well, I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation effort.
10:02 a.m.
At 10:02. Ask any member of the staff you'd like. They'll corroborate me.
The director is not fibbing to the court for once. I confirm that he has an alibi for the time specified.
I do like how clearly Blackwell is, like, interested in actually finding the truth.
Yeah.
Like, he's not
just like,
he uses dirty
I'm
tricks.
bad.
Yeah, but he's like still like, stop lying.
Yeah, shut
This
up.
is still a court of law. So you're claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the first crime at 10 a.m. and that you arrived at the lounge after that?
Yes, and I believe the person I saw is the same person that Miss Blackwell saw. Although it was pitch black, so it was more of a shadowy figure, blob person, less of a person.
I have cataracts.
I can't see. They're bald, maybe. Maybe they're wearing
Maybe.
clothes. I don't know. I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an earthling, not an alien. So not Megamind, sorry.
Sorry, he's an alien.
As long as he has an alibi.
Sorry, I almost took that from you.
We can't very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer.
No, we can't. Then again, maybe we don't need to yet. I wonder if he was really covering for Mr. Starbuck. Your Honor, the defense moves to have the director testify about the person he saw. Very well. Director Cosmos, your testimony, please.
Another testimony. Testimony.
What I really witnessed for the
Super
third
for real
time.
this time.
Super for real, no lies.
I would never lie again.
Never again for the third time.
As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I hid to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished, poof, into thin air. I was near the elevator side door and, well, the launch pad 1 door. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
So we were also shot by someone else. What the heck?
So you were shot by the killer as well. By the killer as well. And then they disappeared.
Yes, though luckily no harm came to my glorious body. Unfortunately, the bullet hit Darren's oxygen tank. Glorious. It's glorious, look at it. I'm totally not wearing a muscle suit under this.
Totally not.
I know, because I heard a bang! And that must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured.
Wait, but I thought the bullet hit his metal.
That was Detective Arm's bullet, remember? This is
we went
really
over this
confusing.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right. What a mess this is turning into. So let's see.
It's so confusing. Ripley, go sit. Do not get in the garbage. Go.
Demon. Director Cosmos is claiming that when he found Mr. Terran and his killer, the culprit shot a 10 caliber bullet at him. This is Phoenix.
Right. But it actually hit Mr. Terran's oxygen
right.
tank and ruptured it. What?
Phoenix, right.
Phoenix, alright. I went. Kill your. Director Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate.
The race said, oh, Stream Dead?
Stream dead?
Stream Dead?
Stream dead?
Did Stream Dead?
Did it stream dead?
Maybe?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Director
Did we
Cosmos?
freeze? Director Cosmos?
Hello?
It doesn't look like it did.
No, it doesn't. Let me just double check.
Yeah, it says it's live
Yeah, it
still.
says we're good.
Okay.
Maybe it's the Wraith. Check your internet, the Wraith. Director Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure disappeared.
I'm ashamed to admit I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeped back into the lounge, the real killer was gone.
Gone?
I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate. But what I found was Tehran with a knife in his chest and Starbuck out cold on the floor.
How did you know? So we have a culprit who vanished from a scene who had no escape route.
Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
Silence.
Silence.
Shut up.
I have a feeling that the screens have something to do with it.
Probably.
There's like something special.
Yeah.
Because that was like so pointed out.
And they were like, look, the screens. They can display stuff.
Yeah, you can turn them on and off.
Yeah, there was something weird. A riddle of the ages indeed, but I'd rather know how a fibbing leech such as you can be lauded as great.
Fibbing Leech also sounds like a punk band name.
Baba Bebop says YouTube also keeps pausing.
YouTube keeps pausing? Weird. I wonder why. Our internet's been a little bit jank the past couple days.
It says it's fine right now.
It
but
says we're live.
It could be lying to us.
It could be.
It's a liar.
Liar. I don't know. We continue on. Worst case, the videos will be out at the end.
Yep, it'll be a little wobbly. Hopefully not.
Wobbly.
A little wobbly.
A great man is always misunderstood in his own time. But he must remain true to himself even if those around him don't understand.
Wow, this may be the first true statement he's said all day.
Yep, because he's a liar.
But how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly?
It's simple, because it was Space Boy himself. When he was spotted by the director and he quickly feigned unconsciousness. That would certainly take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit.
I want to raise an objection, but I don't have any counter evidence. Director Cosmos, when you saw this person, did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor?
In the floor.
No, because it was as dark as a black hole in there. I didn't see Starbuck until the other person vanished and I entered the room.
That wasn't exactly helpful.
I'm prepared to accept your surrender, right, Dono?
Never.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Never give up, never surrender. Can't find any holes in his testimony, but I can't give up.
Isn't that Galaxy Quest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I was like, I swear that's Galaxy Quest.
I love
but maybe
Galaxy
I'm
Quest.
misquoting it.
It's so good.
It's so good. Mr. Wright, why don't you let me help? I'm good at lie stuff because of this robot
Yeah, that's
thing
like my
I wear.
whole thing.
So how about I help you out, okay? While the director was giving his testimony, I detected a cacophony of discord.
Finally, I'll be useful in this
Finally,
freaking
I can
conversation.
do something.
Which means he's hiding his true feelings from us, huh? This just might help us find out what happened to our vanished killer. That'd be great, Athena. Let's see what you can do with him. Kill
Here
him.
I go. You got it, boss.
Get
I
his
wouldn't want to
ass.
miss this chance to delve into a great mind. Yuri Cosmos, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me.
Her point is so sassy. The sassiest point.
So sassy. Here comes a widget.
Boop, 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 boop. I feel like you'd need consent to be, like, analyzed.
Yeah.
As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. Surprised and sad.
Angry.
Okay. Oh, angry.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense, but also, yeah, it's probably...
Hid
I
to
hid
avoid
to avoid
getting
getting shot.
shot.
Still angry.
When I
I'm
tried to
trying
get
to get
another
another
look, they had vanished into thin air.
Okay.
Near the elevator side door.
Launch
Launchpad 1 door.
Upset. Why is he upset? Why is he
And
upset?
the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
That seems
Yeah, why is he upset?
pinpoint. Sad.
Why are you upset about the launchpad door?
Yeah, what's going on? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launchpad door.
The creature in the cosmos. Afraid?
Never!
Never! And what basis do you have for that outlandish accusation?
Basis. Whether I have any basis or not, you seem quite distressed by it.
Most certainly not.
That's very convincing. Director Cosmos, there's something about the launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there? Oh gosh.
Wow, he's speechless. It looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss.
He's just suffering.
It's working, boss. One more punch and it'll be a knockout. There seems to be one more emotion that's at odds with his testimony. Go get him.
Get him!
Sick his ass.
Okay, back in the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to victory. Alright, I think it's the angry.
Probably. Why are you angry? It's either angry or surprised.
Well, surprise seems valid.
That's true.
When we view your emotions alongside your testimony, we find the unexpected emotion. Wait a minute. There really isn't anything strange here. Damn it.
I don't know, but I think maybe we made a mistake, Mr. Wright.
I think maybe
you're right. Let's take another look. There must be an unexpected emotion here.
There has to be.
There has to be. Let's turn it to Emma.
Okay, surprise, anger, upsettingness.
I hid. Is he sad that he hid? Because he's a coward?
Yeah, but that one's also like scared, isn't it?
I don't remember. Dude, say it.
I'm gonna do angry again on this, but on this one.
Angry.
Maybe you poopies, poopy buttholes.
Poopy buttholes.
It's fine. Okay, so you think sad?
I think sad because he's
Oops.
like, I'm awesome. The hiding.
Oops.
Like,
Whoops.
if he's so great, why would he hide?
Got it.
Nope.
At least we don't get docked for these.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah, emotions are hard, you guys. We're not gonna take points away from you.
Emotions are hard.
Okay, so we did that one already. Is it weird that he's not feeling
Whoops.
anything on those ones?
I don't know if that counts.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Thank you. No, we got it.
Also look
Wait,
for
emotions
emotions
that
that should be there. Yeah, because there's nothing there.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good thing. Okay, guess you should be surprised.
So I'm
as
like,
well.
he should be feeling something.
Very
He must
shaken
have
and
felt very
distressed.
shaken and stressed. Let's focus on the fluctuations in his emotions and see what we can uncover.
Okay, this is normal. That's good. When I look, okay. So I feel like he should have been
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, like, why are you not surprised?
He must have thought it was very strange that the killer vanished into thin air.
It did. That kind of thing doesn't just happen, usually.
The Wraith makes such a good point. What if it's a robot? Because we've seen the robots.
That's true. It could be, and they can hold the vacuums. They can hold stuff.
They can hold stuff.
It could be a robot.
It could be a robot.
It could
That'd be
be a robot.
crazy.
Poor
Okay.
robot. iRobot moment.
Yeah. I mean, it probably wasn't their fault. It was probably, and that would mean like Aura did it because Aura like programmed it or something.
She programmed it. She keeps like abusing them.
Yeah, she's awful to them.
She's the worst.
All right. That's a very interesting theory.
Hmm.
And yet, at that time, he
Robot.
barely registered any shock at the occurrence.
What? Why are you?
Let's see something. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to see this. No? I'm just like wondering if there's in the room. I need a picture again. Gosh dang it. I wonder if in the room there was somewhere a robot could like go. You know?
The trash chute.
I mean, it could go in the smoke filled corridor. It wouldn't matter.
It's true. That's true.
Oh my heavens. I can only think of one reason as to why you weren't surprised by the killer's vanishing act. You must have had a good idea of where they went, isn't that right?
What? No. Of course not. That's preposterous. Preposterous. Oh, only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launch pad door was filled with smoke, making it impassable. And as for the southern door, I had to get around and go that way so I didn't get shot at again. I was standing right there. So there was nowhere for the killer to run to.
Maybe or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Turan, yes? What if the culprit took the opportunity to silently slip through the southern door?
I highly doubt it. As you recall, right after I entered the lounge,
The lounge.
Detective Arm came rushing towards it herself via the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would have been caught by her.
I like her haircut.
Her haircut's
It's
awesome.
a cool haircut.
Looks like what's her face in Tron.
Yeah, that's a very Tron haircut.
It's very Tron.
And yet the director wasn't surprised the killer vanished. So you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use?
My head.
My old.
I'm old.
Oh, I forgot I'm her. I'll just input these two pieces of data, and yes, that's what I wanted to see. Noise level has gone
70.
down.
Goodness.
Presto, changeo, less Discord. Shut up, Athena.
Athena, stop.
It looks like we're on the right track.
Thanks, Athena. That'll make sense of what we've learned. Director Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge, which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door to the launch pad made him uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the launch pad 1 door.
The robot.
When we put those two pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Director Cosmos, did the real killer escape through here?
The launch pad 1 door.
Yeah, it would have to, right?
Yep.
I hope that's right. Probably should have saved.
Probably.
No, we're
I
good.
should've. That's fine.
The culprit went through the launch pad 1 door to escape, didn't they?
Yes. I mean, no. To test her to stop her, we're gonna crash into the asteroid.
I'm actor tactician, you are not.
But the area beyond that door was filled with smoke, wasn't it?
True,
Robot.
but this is still the only logical answer there is. If we can figure out what the director is hiding about the Launchpad 1 door, we should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies.
But that door requires fingerprint recognition.
Not if you're a robot. Did we like crack the code by accident?
I think we might have. Thanks, the Wraith.
Well, like the Wraith wasn't even saying that it was a robot killer.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that we've all stumbled
We've all stumbled and
into
fallen
the potential
this.
truth.
Yep.
Only Starbuck, Terran, and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock. Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Yo. That's an easy one. Killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning there's a way he could have easily gotten past the security lock. Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. Oh, just use someone's hand? I propose the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock. Oh shoot, who was it? Was it his? Or was it his?
Save. I don't remember. I thought it was,
I think it's gonna be him.
I thought it was his.
Because he still had gloves on when the detective came through.
So I think it was his.
Take that!
That's... Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge.
You just drug him over.
Anybody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device's screen. Stupid. Dummy. Looks like he does have something to do with... does have something to hide about the Launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's got something to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. I'm the judge. You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it? No?
Sure, Judge.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
not?
By all means. There's a security camera in boarding lounge 1. Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor? Except it says 2 on the ground. If the culprit escaped through the Launchpad 1 corridor, that might be recorded on the security footage as well. Then the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic?
We already asked Fulbright, and it's damaged.
Yeah, it's blank.
They're like, we're not stupid, Judge. We already looked into this. I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your baldness.
He's so mean!
He's so mean.
I beg your finest pardon?
Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point, it just goes bleh,
It goes pfft,
and dies.
oh my, the footage cuts off. Yeah, stupid.
The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There is no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens.
I thought it was such a good idea, too. Oh, goodness.
Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery, it doesn't mean you should try to show off too much. Grandpa baldness.
Prosecutor Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild?
That's so scary.
That is scary.
I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world.
All right. Athena, let's relax.
They just got a reality check.
Wow, that kid's going to be scarred for life. Setting aside the issues of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Director Cosmos, could you tell us more about when you entered the lounge?
If I must.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Hid to avoid getting shot. After the killer vanished, I went to the lounge.
Here comes what's her face. This when the target arm appeared from the elevator side door. He was obviously surprised.
Yeah. And then, oh, he's angry.
Well, yeah, he got shot at.
Yeah, but you see, the killer could have only escaped to the launch pad, right? Surprise. I'm gonna do angry, because that seems like the only one that's, like, kind of weird.
Yeah.
Out of place. Review merciless.
No, that's not unexpected. Getting shot would not be unexpected to be like, oh my gosh, why'd you shoot me?
I'm dumb.
I'm angry at you now.
I don't know. I just feel like
I think it's still where the emotions are missing.
yeah, but what emotion would be missing here?
Sad. On the one that's missing, the one that doesn't have anything, I think it's sad.
Okay.
Yeah, like sad, angry, all that stuff. But
This
this
one?
one, I feel like the killer could have only escaped to the launch pad. So, like, I feel like it would be the
Okay.
distressed. I think.
Review. Nope.
Ugh.
Okay. Let's think about this.
Angry? So Surprised? Not happy.
Whoops. What do you think about Director Cosmos' emotional response, Athena?
Actually, my cat is really sick, you know.
What? Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
And on top of that, my dog just doesn't seem to want to play with me.
So sad is a weird emotion? Why are we
Maybe.
telling you this now?
Just humor me, okay? Now, when you heard about my cat, and then about my dog, which story made you feel sadder?
Story about your cat, of course. It's only natural.
It's like, I'm a cat guy. Oh, exactly. That would be the natural reaction, to actually read what I'm supposed to.
I'm this character.
But there's nothing natural about the director's reactions. I think how each individual reaction changes across the whole testimony will be the key.
Sounds unnaturally complicated.
Complicated.
But that doesn't...
Complicated.
somehow it doesn't surprise me. Okay. Okay, so... He's upset. After the killer vanished.
Still upset. Now he's surprised. That makes
I
sense.
wonder if it's this one that's... He should be, like, more surprised. Oops. Like this one? Right?
I don't know. No.
Oh! No, I just thought. I have a thought. I have a think.
You have a thought. Think.
Based on what she said.
Thinking thought.
So he's upset right
Yes.
now because he's getting shot at.
Yes.
When he went in, he's still upset, which seems out of place, right?
I guess. He should have been surprised.
Damn it! I don't know what this is. This is so hard.
I think it's so. Keep going. It's supposed to be when it's out of place. So it could be that. Surprised. Keep going. Now we've added anger. It could be the surprise. The distressed.
I guess we'll try. It has to be one of them.
Because there's some that are adding, but then it, like, disappears in the next one. So which one is consistent?
Well, this seems consistent. Like, oh, he's upset because he's been shot.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's like a super upsetting thing. Surprise seems normal.
Would it be surprise on the last one?
Maybe it's this one. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
All right. Freaking finally. Holy
Maybe
crap.
Athena's gadget is lying to protect its fellow robots. Yes.
Oh, gosh. Imagine if Widget turned out to be like super evil.
That would be
They're
so
scary.
freaky. Like
Director
iRobot
Cosmos.
mixed with Detroit Become Human.
Ooh.
Bad combo.
You know what's funny about Detroit Become Human? This is my controversial take on that game. There's only one story that I think is actually really good, and the others are just kind of filler.
That's Connor's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's
the only
such,
one
it's
I've
such an interesting
That's
story.
the only one I've like watched all the way through on
Well,
YouTube.
The other story, there's literally like a Jesus story
Yeah.
and
The lady with
the
the
lady
little girl.
with the little girl, which was good until the ending. I'm not going to spoil it for you,
Yeah, I know
but
what
the
happens.
ending was
I know what
lame.
happens with that one.
The ending was stupid. And also the whole Jesus thing, I'm like, I get it. I know what you're doing, but it was just like, all right, we like, it was kind of, I don't know. I didn't love it. But the Connor story,
The Connor story is good.
amazing. Beautifully done.
Yeah.
Because
That
it's
one's
just
good.
like perfectly amount of devastating and good, and you care about the characters. I don't know. That's my opinion.
There wasn't enough character development in the other ones, I think.
The problem is Marcus, who's the Jesus one, he was just so like, I'm Jesus now. And it was like, I don't care about this at all.
Yeah. That's kind of weird.
Like he felt too like perfect, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't that interesting. I don't know.
Like, okay.
Why were we so surprised when Detective Arm found you and again when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural?
Aren't you a freak?
I like being shot at.
Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion.
Sure, yeah, okay. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather that you were what you were surprised by.
Pardon me? What?
First, you were surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were, of course, again surprised when she shot at you. But considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here.
Feminine-onanon.
Phenomenon. Why is it easier for me to say phenomenon than actual phenomenon?
I don't know.
It's like weird.
Surprised twice?
Doesn't seem weird. More surprised when Arm came. Not surprised by... Oh! Because I didn't even think about it. The amount of surprise, the like ding ding, was bigger for when she walked in than when she got shot. That actually makes sense. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot you. We need to pay better attention to that.
We do.
Apparently.
Well, sometimes it's like, okay, these are different emotions.
Yeah, that emotion doesn't
fit. That they're blinking brighter
blinking's
than
different.
other ones.
Sure, you were surprised by Charm shot you. The surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than being shot at, goodness, suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing there.
I forgot, okay? The enemy has acquired a new weapon. Commence Operation Hide Under Your Desk.
Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship. 30.
Almost.
30.
Boss, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean we're on the right path. He really is hiding something about that launch pad door.
Whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape.
I wonder what it could be.
If he was doing something suspicious around that door, maybe we can spot some change between before he came into the room and after.
Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison.
Let's see.
Let's see.
You.
This is footage of the door before Director Cosmos arrived. And this is how the door looked after the director entered the lounge.
Oh, it's the thing.
Yeah, the little thingy. The little twisty thingy.
Yeah, the twisty boy. Hey, look at that. There is a change. Something's definitely different. Director Cosmos.
What is it? What have you two been up to over there? You whippersnappers? You kids these days? You kids.
Finding the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arm found you, that's what. And that answer lies clearly in this footage. All we have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation.
Don't be ridiculous. If you really do have an answer, you'd have pointed it out already.
He's asking for it. This is what changed directly after the incident.
The little thingy on the corner. That thing.
Take that, you old
I
fart.
would laugh if it wasn't.
You'd be like, well, the answer is this knob.
the knob.
You're a knob.
Yeah,
That's
Your Honor, please take a look at this footage. Let's see. Look at this footage. Every time I do it,
makes me laugh.
there's a guy that's dead now. Take a look at this knob next to the launch pad door. As you can see, it's horizontal. Yes, it is, isn't it? However, that was a new angle. When we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical. And what does that mean? We don't know what the knob does. It means sometime between before the director arrived and after. Someone turned this knob.
yeah.
After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's hear what you have to say. What is that knob for? What are you trying to do by turning that knob by the door?
Yeah, fine. I admit it. You're right. I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions, so I wanted to move the launch pad away.
Wanted to do
Yeah,
what?
because remember it moves.
We were right. We were right because the two. The two!
It moves.
You guys, the two!
It moves.
The two.
You wanted to do what?
What?
Hey, didn't Ponko tell us something about how they prepare for launch? She said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it's moved to the launch site.
Lunch.
Launch.
Makes me want lunch.
The control room.
I didn't eat
But
anything before this. I'm
I
freaking
didn't either.
starving.
But the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first.
Guess that clears up what the knob's for.
Oh, so if the killer escaped into the Launchpad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the Launchpad to the launch site?
I don't think so. The Launchpad 1 corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through the corridor. That one's clearly not filled with smoke.
Yeah. So then, where did the killer escape to?
Guess there are still some things we have to uncover. Director Housemus, I request that you tell us about moving the launch pad in more detail.
Fine. Well, listen carefully, for I'm about to give a history-making testimony.
Testimony!
Testimony!
Okay. Info update. He was turning the knob.
He goes over to disengage
Why is he
the
happy?
safety lock.
I feared there might be more explosions.
I'm so scared.
That's fear.
So I had to cut the launch pad loose. Angry. Surely the only escape the killer had was through launch pad 1. Angry that they got away, I guess.
Okay.
Smoke, but that area was a sea of smoke. Okay. Confounded. Where on earth could they have gone?
Why is there no emotion here? I'm gonna try doing anger. Got it!
Or surprise. Goodness.
Oh man.
I feel like it'd be more surprise.
Skip!
It was filled with smoke.
Yeah.
Don't know. I think maybe we made a mistake.
Thanks,
Hey,
Athena.
maybe you're right. Let's take another look.
Let me skip it! Okay.
The skip button.
Why are you mad? But also, why are you happy? I think
would
the
maybe do the happy
Yeah,
one
the happy's
first.
weird. Got it.
Why are you happy here, friend?
I had no choice. I had no choice to disengage the safety lock. You make it sound like you were reluctant to do so. And yet when you did it, you felt some joy as if you were very pleased with yourself.
Ah,
Oh gosh.
how did you do it? How do you know everything as if you were there?
Little robot.
Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology.
Just not at all, but alright.
Nope. Not even a little.
So care to explain what why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? When I think back on the facts we've discovered up to this point, I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda.
Ah, how do you know about that too?
Oh my gosh. Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing. He is. That is his whole job.
But you have no proof that I had a hidden agenda, and even if I did, I would never ever tell you. So there.
I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake.
And how could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity?
Integrity!
Integrity.
I've been lying this whole time!
I have a terrible reputation.
Black was like, shut up.
Please.
You, a man of integrity, don't make me laugh.
For real. Prosecutor Blackwell, what came over him all of a sudden?
He's sick of the lies. You've spouted nothing but falsities since you stepped up on the stand.
Is that how you spell falsities? I've never seen it spelled out.
Falsities.
Falsities.
You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the
Anal.
annals of history. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatest barefaced liar an honor.
Liar!
Gulp. His words bite harder than his blade.
You moved Launchpad 1 after the explosions. My, how naive you are. You failed to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you.
You know, just a thought, but modern English can be your friend.
Mhm.
What?
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Let me poke my eyeball
And
for
here's
you.
a thought for you. Immediately following the bombing, Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge 1 side. The police confirmed this on scene.
It's because it started on 2.
Because the two.
What? The
on
two!
floor.
The 2!
Liar!
We've done been knowing since the
So
beginning.
that means the director didn't move the launchpad? Curse my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let us leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to the heart's content.
Liar! Objection!
Objection! But it doesn't make sense. This isn't an objection.
Yeah,
Felix.
it's like that doesn't.
This is just
What?
a sentence. You can't deny that someone turned that knob. Once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we might just find where the killer escaped to.
You're sure it must have went somewhere? We just might find out? Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing, and wishful thinking.
So's yours.
But mine is mine, so there.
But mine's British, so it's better.
So there. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or are you not man enough to, boy?
I'm older than you. Well, he's not older than, or he's older than us, actually, in real life. But Phoenix is
Talk
older.
about hitting below the belt. He just crotch punched
Yeah,
you.
he just punched you right in the dong. The youngest these days. I don't understand it. I'm sure Director Cosmos must have moved the launch pad. The knob was definitely turned after he came to the lounge. But the launch pad is right where it's supposed to be. Arg.
Arg.
Wait a minute. Maybe I have it out backwards.
Have it out backwards.
Here's backwards.
Here's backwards.
What if the director turned the knob and not to move the launch pad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be? Yeah. 2.
What are you blathering about?
What if the launch pad was at the launch site before the incident? Then after the incident, Director Cosmos moved it back to its usual spot. All he had to do was turn the knob to call the launch pad back. And it would be right where the police found it. Oh, he lost his little... Oh!
Just a new one came and took
New
its
one popped
place.
out. That was weird.
You made him sound like Mr. Starbuck.
Was what I really said that off base?
It pains me to have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you. However, our great liar turned the knob only after the discovery. After he discovered the crime scene. Indeed, the pad existed beyond the lounge when our Astro Wonders made their escape. The fact that it has been recorded for posterity on filmless film.
We have evidence.
Filmless film.
Oh, right.
So to reiterate, you're an idiot.
No.
Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is, boy.
You're the idiot.
You're the fool.
Stupid.
Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus. We know the launch pad must have been moved.
But our deductions and the actual facts of the case are in direct contradiction to each other.
Well, maybe the 2 astronauts never actually boarded the rocket.
That's what I've been saying.
This footage could be fake, taken with body doubles after the incident or something. That's, on second thought, that's too far-fetched, even for me.
Never actually boarded the rocket.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
Think about it.
Maybe, just maybe,
Think about it.
they were probably on the fake rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what if I told you that the 2 astronauts never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went into another place? And what if, when the director moved launch pad 1 back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then? This is so convoluted.
Cut the existential bull, or I'll cut you.
Mr. Wright, you'll explain yourself at once. I know I'm right. It was all the other way around from the beginning. Very well, Your Honor. Let me explain. Director Cosmos' reason for moving Launchpad 1 was...
Save.
What a grand idea! What a grand notion! Alright. Switch it to another place, right? Because it... Doop.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. The thing went away.
Okay.
The health bar went away. Because he wanted to switch it with some other place. I'm sorry, but did you just say switch it? Well, what could he possibly have switched the launch pad with? Oh, you'd be surprised, Your Honor. All it takes is a little thinking outside the box, and the answer becomes clear as day. This is what they switched with Launchpad 1. The Space Museum.
The Space Museum.
The Museum of Space.
Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. Are you sure about that?
Are you 100% dog? In the past, the Space Museum used to be Launchpad 2. It has all the same features as Launchpad 1 and can even be moved to the launch site, meaning the Space Museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other. You can't mean... Yes, I can. The rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one on in Launchpad 1. It was the one in the Space Museum. What?
Balderdash!
I like that the bird fell down. It was like, oh! Yet, it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and
I
inconsistency.
think it's funny that we like gave Black Quill a British accent just like for the
he
heck of it.
seems like it.
But then he says all these silly things that like
Very British.
yeah,
Yeah.
very British.
It works.
It's so funny.
We nail some of the voices. We're like,
some of them are just
just,
spot on.
because
Yep.
they'll say something that you're like, that's something that this voice would say.
Yep.
This is how the Space Center was just before the incident. I see Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum have already switched places. That's right. And with the two switched like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 1. This allowed the True Killer to enter Launchpad 1 from Boarding Lounge 2 and set the bomb on the rocket. That's you.
Come to think of it, the door to the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 2.
So the music is like jamming.
I think you were this punk.
Welcome, welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Exactly. And that's you.
Exactly. Reading my mind, Athena. Anyone can pass through the door to the Space Museum. There's no fingerprint recognition system on that door.
That seems dangerous.
It really does.
In
Considering
fact,
that
it was dangerous.
Yeah, it actually turned out it was dangerous. In other words, with the two launch pads switched like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb.
Ah! My heart! My lungs!
After setting the bomb on the rocket, the culprit snuck into Boarding Lounge 1 and waited there concealed in order to kill Mr. Turan when the two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. I still don't know the reason they killed him. Recall that Miss Blackwell, Mr. Starbuck, and the director all saw a suspicious figure, who we can suppose after killing Mr. Turan, made their escape into the Space Museum. After that, Director Cosmo switched the two launch pads back, without realizing the killer was inside the Space Museum.
Does the Space Museum have footage?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It's just K for killer.
For killer, it's Kevin.
Kevin the killer!
The killer then left the Space Museum and made a clean getaway.
No!
Right, Dono. I see you know how to handle a sword and handle it well.
Heavens to Betsy, sir. You can't just say that out loud in a court of law.
I think he's been talking to Edgeworth. Perhaps I should call you Swordmaster Bluff.
I'm a seasoned warrior who has cut down many a prosecutor.
Silence!
Goodness, they're flirting.
Yeah, they are. But unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword.
That's right! You have no proof I switched the launch pads!
Somebody needs a better anger management counselor.
Yeah, they do. If the launch pads really were switched, there might be a record of it somewhere.
Also, fingerprints.
Yeah.
At this point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other. So the corridor beyond the door should be the one that belongs to the Space Museum.
The two on the floor. Let's see. This is an image of the launch pad 1 corridor. There's a bunch of ones on the floor.
Look at all the ones.
Hmm.
Could it be?
Do you see anything different when we compare it to the security footage?
Can you see the difference?
Can you see the difference that we pointed out the very first day
Hola.
on course?
Soy Athena. Can you tell me what's wrong with the stupid scene?
Can you tell the difference? Oh my gosh.
The number on the floor! Wow!
Wow.
Wow.
Could it be? Well, what do you know? Looks like we have proof after all, Prosecutor Blackwell.
He's not amused. And if this is just another bluff?
Oh, don't worry. It's all right here. Right in this footage. Proof that beyond this door in the corridor is the corridor to the Space Museum. Very well then, answer this for me, if you would. What in this footage proves the corridor belongs to the Space Museum?
Ooh!
Could it be Le Deux?
The two on the floor.
Deux? There's a 1 on the floor of the Launchpad 1 corridor. but take a look at the floor of the corridor in the security footage. So this music is great. Do you see the Do you see the number on the floor behind the astronauts? It doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's because what you see is actually part of a 2.
Oh, what?
Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see in this is the one to the Space Museum.
Gah!
Yeah, stupids.
Gah!
And so that means the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke.
That's right, because the explosion didn't occur in the Space Museum. Oh, I just thought of something. Well, I guess an alarm would have gone up. Because I'm like trying to think of why they'd be freaking out. But it's because what's-his-name was drugged.
Yeah.
So the other one was carrying him out. But maybe it was because there was probably an alarm sounding that they were like, oh, we gotta leave.
We gotta get out.
The explosion occurred in Launchpad 1 on the site opposite to the Space Museum. Now that we know the 2 astronauts escaped from the Space Museum, the mystery from the previous trial of how they got down the ladder is cleared up. Mr. Turan, carrying Mr. Starbuck, simply took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level. Just incredible. The 2 launch pads were actually switched. But do you think someone would have noticed an event of this magnitude? No. Everyone was down in the basement shelter where the launch pads were swapped back. There's no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface. We did it!
Finally!
0 to hero! Hooray! We knew it all along!
There it is, the Space Museum.
Wow!
For Yaksa.
Hello? There we go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
No more lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time you told us the truth.
My honor, my glory, everything is slipping away.
Oh my gosh!
Time to deploy to galactic engine ignition. It's gone haywire. I won't stop. What's that? No, that way.
Oh! You broke the door.
That's so chaotic.
That was a good bit. I like that. The little Doppler effect. Bailiff. On your steed after that witness.
Go get him!
Goodness gracious. That was insane. Oh,
Oh.
gosh, she's all withered.
He's all withered.
Withers. I see we managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm. Director Cosmos, do you admit to you switched the launch pads?
I admit it's true. I switched Launchpad 1 for the Space Museum. Can I take a nap, please? Take a nap right here.
This is good. It is good to hear words I can believe for a change. Before you do, Your Honor, 2 things. First, we don't know if Mr. Turan had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. Either way, Mr. Turan would have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum that it had been switched with Launchpad 1. So my first question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why did Mr. Turan feel the need to put on such a dramatic display? Display? That's what I was asking. As for my second question, I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us where he got that perfume. Why he switched the 2 launch pads to begin with. That's a good question.
Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent, please.
So did he help the killer?
But I will say, my hands were tied. I'm not pleading the 5th because I'm still talking. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast.
So he was being blackmailed?
Probably. He probably knew about the explosion.
Yeah.
Insurance money. Insurance fraud.
Probably.
The director is terrified. He must have one heck of a reason for not wanting to explain why.
Probably not a good time to try to pry it out of him, huh? Put him in jail.
Excuse me, but would you mind if I picked up my stars? Without my badge of rank, I'm nothing.
I don't see why not. Bailiff, help the director retrieve his stars.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, his little like shoulder pad.
Yeah, his like shoulder stars, all his rank stuff. It appears the possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say? Jeez, he's so angry. I don't get it. I had to really think about what voice he had.
When he's serious.
When he's serious. Don't get it. What don't you get? Director, why did you do all that? From the very beginning, you never meant for the launch to go ahead, did you? You tricked us.
Sabotaged us.
Sabotage. Mr.
Sabotage.
Starbuck.
Starbuck, my boy. I'm so sorry. I can't tell you the reason why,
Money.
but I had to do it to protect the space center.
Money.
Director, will I ever get the chance to go into space again?
No.
Go to a different space thing. Gaxa sucks. I do like how when he was younger he had like semi-normal hair.
Yes, of course. I won't rest until it happens. I will get you into space again, my boy.
Okay.
Then the dream is still alive.
It's still alive.
Cool. That's all I cared about.
I only cared about maybe going to space again.
Yeah, someone's dead.
Yes, we know who spoke.
Yeah,
Just
she's the only one who says that.
You're not going into space, Starbuck. But prison. I won't have it any other way.
Why are you so hung up on him?
Because he doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Yes, I accept that the launch pads really were switched. And if there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. But I have yet to see proof of this third person's escape via the Space Museum.
Oh, that's a good point. Arg. He's right. I don't have any proof.
He's like, ha ha ha. Starbuck, you will spill everything you know.
No. What? Me? Oh!
Where did you get those bombs? Tell me now. If you don't, my blade shall feast on your blood.
Oh, goodness. God, I'm gonna die. I don't want to die in space. Everyone dies in space. Because we're in space.
Because we are in
Or
space.
Earth is in space.
Earth is in space, you're right.
I have to do something.
Solomon Starbuck, prepare yourself for death.
Yeah.
Did they finally put like a shock collar on this man?
They already had one for a while. That's definitely...
No! Now you know violence isn't the answer, Prosecutor Blackquill! Probably. That annoyingly cheerful laugh. It could be none other than my boyfriend.
My boy. There he is.
The champion of righteousness, Bobby Fulbright here! In justice we trust!
Detective Fulbright?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late.
I don't believe we had an appointment.
I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. And then I had to break up a catfight. I tell ya, justice sure is a full-time job.
I love Fulbright. He's a delight.
He is so dumb. But we love him.
Was it a fight between cats or... what are you doing here?
Why? Because the defendant isn't the culprit, and I came to make sure that justice is served.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Ah, Fulbright. I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. Ditched. But have you finally succumbed? Nope, but it looks like you've succumbed to this phantom of yours.
Yeah, they also he knows about this phantom or whatever.
Open your eyes and let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment. What evidence? Come to think of it, he did say something about us finding some evidence. Thanks to you two, I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. I didn't think he was serious, though.
He's always serious.
He's deadly serious.
This man has never told a lie in his life.
Never.
So what is it, detective? It's something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent?
It is indeed. Have a look at this.
Oh, it's the lighter!
The lighter.
How did anyone see that lighter and go, that's very distinctive. I could see that, but not the person's face.
Yeah.
That's weird. What's this, a lighter?
That's right. A lighter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. The Space Museum's cleaning robot picked it up. It has the victim Clay Terran's blood along with his killer's fingerprints on it.
Ooh. What? Damn, that's intense evidence.
Yeah, it is. Like, straight up just like, here's the lighter
Yeah.
that the killer had.
Here's the murderer's lighter with its fingerprints. Order.
Order.
Detective Fulbright, can I assume that the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant?
You bet. Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent.
This is it. This is just what I needed. Lighter
lighter
added to the
added
thing.
to the record.
But whose fingerprints is it? Tell
Who they
me.
belong to?
Is it
Your Honor,
Cosmos?
this is decisive evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim. Explain yourself, Mr. Bright. Explain what? It proves that there's a third
Explain
person.
yourself.
With pleasure, Your Honor. Recall where this lighter was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that after the killer murdered Mr. Turan, they escaped with the lighter in hand into the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. And finally, the killer left through the boarding lounge 2 and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found in boarding lounge 1 after the murder. The fact that Director Cosmos has testified to it. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have possibly been the one to drop the lighter there.
Silence.
Shut up.
Shut your dirty mouth.
But the defendant had free reign of the area until Director Cosmos appeared. Could he not have dropped the lighter in the Space Museum during that span of time?
Objection!
Objection.
No.
Nah,
Bruh.
You'd like that to be true, wouldn't you? But Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with a lighter, he went into the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. In other words, Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had the time to double back to the museum. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, this lighter could only have been dropped by the real killer. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this lighter. I think you understand what that means, don't you?
They do.
This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit.
Yeah. That sounded more like Fulbright, but that's fine.
That's, yeah. he's rubbing off on him.
Yep.
Wearing off.
We're rubbing.
This does indeed appear to be decisive evidence that proves the defense's claim. As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, we can assume it was planted by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck.
No, there must be some mistake.
Frankly, Prosecutor Blackwell, I've been worried about you.
Aw.
You've been chasing this phantom for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow is the anniversary. Is your birthday. Is something.
Something important!
Shut up. Don't tell people my secrets.
Huh.
Fulbright, you promised never to speak of that.
Huh. Tomorrow? What about tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Tell me!
Well,
I need to know.
what is tomorrow?
Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say the defendant is innocent, in light of the fact that it was impossible for him to have committed the crime. A few unanswered questions remain, so I look forward to seeing what you two uncover. But for now, the court finds the defendant, Solomon Starbuck,
Not guilty.
not guilty. Dang! That felt easy.
That does.
Is something gonna happen?
Are we gonna find out? Or maybe this one's kind of unresolved because Apollo's gone, and he's like, I'm gonna find this killer.
Yeah, something feels weird.
Something feels weird.
Yes, we did it, Mr. Wright.
Looks like we pulled it off somehow, huh? With some help from Detective Fulbright. Mr. Wright, Miss Sykes, thank you. And please thank Apollo for me, too. I'm leaving. You're all the best.
No, I wish we could tell Apollo about Mr. Starbuck's verdict right now.
Do we not have cell phones?
Nope.
Yeah, me too. But that's gonna have to wait. Now that a verdict
We
has
have
been
robots,
reached.
but no phones.
I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned.
Huh.
Yeah,
that
that
also was fast.
felt really easy.
Yeah.
Objection!
Ooh. 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 Black was pissed.
It's too late to object, isn't it? Yeah, he declared his verdict.
Yeah.
I object.
It simply isn't possible. Something's wrong.
I just thought of something. What if the actual killer dies and Apollo gets like blamed for it? Then we have to defend Apollo. That'd be crazy.
I mean,
That's not good. Like
yeah.
This game would do that.
This game would.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you dissatisfied with the verdict? Of course he is.
I'm very upset. Fulbright. What were the results of the fingerprint analysis
Oh
for the
yeah.
lighter?
Yeah, I want to know who did it.
Huh? The results? What are you talking about? Oh, well, I was in a hurry, you see, and then there was that cat fight, and
Huh.
I kind of got carried away when I heard the prints weren't Mr. Starbuck, so,
Whoops.
You have yet to read it.
Prosecutor Blackwell, can you read out who the prints belong to?
Apollo.
Yo, what if it's
That
Apollo?
would be nuts. Upon thorough analysis, the fingerprints.
Who's it gonna be? I'm freaking out.
Were found to belong to Athena Sykes.
What?
So says the report. Me? I mean, she used to spend her time in the museum all the time. Would the robots have access to her prints?
We have to go. Do we leave it on that cliffhanger?
Well, it might stop it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Miss Sykes, tell me you have an explanation for this. I can't believe that is the last thing I expected.
Yeah, I did not expect Athena.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be like Apollo, or oh, it's gonna be.
like,
You
ha
know.
ha ha.
No, that's crazy.
He's like, they're my fingerprints?
Huh?
Black Quill.
Blackwood's like me.
It's like, I was in jail the whole time.
Yeah, I have like the most alibi. We
Goodness.
just finished proving that this lighter could only belong to the killer. So finding your prints on it can only lead us to one grave conclusion.
I don't know how they got on there, but I know I'm not the culprit. Fulbright's having a crisis.
losing it. This can't be happening. We built up our argument piece by piece, and I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. So how could it have led to this? Dude. I knew this was too fast.
What have I done? Please forgive me. I'm sorry.
Oh, Fulbright. Order. Detective Fulbright, stop your crying.
Of course, just like,
What is
chaos.
happening? It's like the world's gone mad. Order. I will have order.
Yeah, that's
Is that our
goodness
cliffhanger?
gracious. Yeah, the to be continued probably.
Confusion spiraled into utter chaos. After all we'd fought for, the truth had turned cruelly on us to accuse
Accuse.
Athena of the crimes. I'm just so shocked.
Wow.
Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We had stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness. So emo.
Dang.
Hello?
We finished
That's
that
the
one.
end?
Wow. That seemed so fast.
We
We did 2 in like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that was really quick. Gotta save my progress.
That ended on a cliffhanger. What are we supposed to do?
Tune in next week for the exciting reveal. What the hell's going on? Oh my gosh, my mind is blown.
That was a little nuts. So
Dude.
we'll be on 5.
Yeah, it'll be
Wow.
5, which is the last one.
Yeah.
Because the SP is the extra
the
special
special.
episode. or
Special
whatever
episode.
it's called. Yeah, the special
Yeah.
episode.
Edgewood.
We're gonna finally figure out what the deal with Buckethead is with Blackwell,
Blackwell.
hopefully.
Yep.
Find out what his deal is, find out what Athena's deal is. And Edgeworth's coming. I love Edgeworth.
It'll
I'm
be
so
great.
excited. All right, sick.
That was fun.
That was crazy.
Thank you all.
That was so fun. Thanks, everyone.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, I need to go lie down or something after that. Goodness. I need to
nap.
eat something is what I
Yes,
need to
we
do.
need to eat something.
Starving. Bye, everybody.